Hello and welcome to the week's video wrap of news from Estate Agent Today and Letting Agent Today. It's been a hectic 7 days in our industry, so let's start with a topic that never seems to go away: the battle between the property portals. The week started with a claim by Rightmove that it enjoyed its busiest ever May, with a resounding 22% rise in visits last month, compared to May 2014. Then on Tuesday came the unexpected news that there had been a resignation from the board of Agents Mutual, the company that runs On the Market. Clive Rook, who runs North of England agency Rook Matthew Sayer, has quit the Agents Mutual board at its recent annual meeting. When he was appointed to the board a year earlier, much was made of his regional credentials to prove that On the Market was not just a London-centric portal. However, it now appears that Clive Rook is not being replaced by another regional agent. There was another portal news this week. Letting Agent Today reported that a new portal for student accommodation, it's called Road 51, was being set up. But there's a twist. As well as letting agents and developers using it, private landlords can use it too. Elsewhere in the industry, there's been big news for Hunters, the giant franchise agency. Its new partnership with Kudos Residential in Norfolk takes its total number of branches across the UK to over 150. And now the finance director of Hunters says the whole group is valued at between £15 and £20 million. Hunters is one of a number of estate agencies planning to float on the alternative investment market of the stock exchange later this year. Meanwhile, there's been two major rebranding stories this week. There are new looks for London property data firm Lonres and for Andrews and Robertson, the auction house. Good luck to both of those in the coming weeks. Now, there's been a lot of coverage in the mainstream media about letting agents' fees and problems across the rental industry, and we've had several stories reflecting this in the past 7 days. The stories have included the news that BBC watchdog presenters Lynn Falls-Woods and John Stapleton are among 100 or so landlords taking out a class action against Foxtons over allegedly high fees. A prominent landlord, Liz Hodgkinson, who also has a large portfolio of buy-to-let properties and regularly comments on the industry on TV, now says fees for full management services by agents are simply too high. A temporary ban on letting agents' boards in parts of Reading will be made permanent. And finally, Stella Creasy, an MP who has campaigned against what she calls unfair letting agent fees, has made it to the final shortlist of candidates to become Labour Deputy Leader. It's a really challenging time for the lettings industry right now. Sometimes it seems almost impossible to keep up with the new rules, criticisms and ideas bombarding the rental sector. We'll be keeping across developments affecting agents, landlords and tenants in the months to come. But there's been some good news in our industry too. Property TV, the first channel to be dedicated to residential property, launches on Sky on Monday. It will feature Sarah Beeny lifestyle programmes that have already been shown on the main TV channels, but also promises new programmes of its own. There's been £10 million of new investment in Shepherd Direct, the firm that owns and runs Century 21 UK. And the London agency chain Kinley Folkard and Hayward has opened a new office in South Kensington. The firm promises 4 more new London offices later this year. And finally, just when you thought it was sheer hell being a landlord or letting agent under attack from everyone in sight, some good news. A survey out this week actually shows that more than 70% of tenants actually like the home they're in, do not feel they are being ripped off by too high rent, and believe their landlord may be doing a pretty good job at keeping their property in good shape. The survey comes from Paragon Mortgages. It wasn't a huge survey, just 500 tenants were questioned, but a win is a win. And with the letting sector under siege right now, it's good to see something positive being said about those who provide the homes for so many tenants. Well, that's it for this week. We're here every day online if you click onto Estate Agent Today and Letting Agent Today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.